Louie C. the Mayor checking in. What is going on, my people? Listen, we're going to get it in and popping today. We definitely going to keep it blood raw. When this gentleman come on the show, it's for real. He don't sugarcoat. We give it to y'all straight on what's really going on. This is the People's Commissioner in the building, Mr. Eddie Martinez. Welcome, sir. I see you got the nice coat. It look like you're in New York City.
It's cold. You know, it's cold today. Good day.
The conchs don't come out when it's cold. They like to stay in the conch shells. Shout out to Florida Keys Injury Lawyers, Accident Lawyers in the Keys. Go to FloridaKeysInjury.com at 302 Southern Street. Locals taking care of locals. 911, and then you call FloridaKeysInjury.com, and them boys will get you straight. Also, Advanced Urgent Care, Key West Marathon and Key Largo. Now offering affordable health care. KeysCares.com with the 2 Ks, $89. And that ivermectin test and treat is serious. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And Dr. Burrows, boy, his blood pressure's still high from last Friday. It was on and popping here in the studio. So all love. Hit the notification button right over here. Boop! Those of y'all watching on YouTube worldwide, there's a little subscribe button right over here. Boop! And make sure you hit the share button right down to Facebook, because we're going to engage any question y'all got for the People's Commissioner, Eddie Martinez. We're going to answer him today. Naughty vapes. I done told y'all about that smoking. That smoking causes cancer. Quit that. Throw them cigarettes in the garbage. Try vaping if you got to get off them cigarettes. Across the street from the fire department, my girl Rebecca and Debbie, always taking care of locals and military with a 10% discount. Huge inventory for 2021. Like them on Facebook on the Naughty Vapes. That's Nauti. Commissioner Martinez, boy, you look like you got your game coat on. You got your game face on. It's on and popping. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Louie.
Happy New Year to everybody out here. So just give them a little introduction about yourself, because we get new people every night that don't have no idea who you are. Just break it down for them.
Well, they should know that I'm the commissioner with the best hair on that dais. That's for sure.
Okay.
Brought to you by God and not the razor, because they just don't grow anymore.
I got you.
I am the commissioner for District 3, which is basically the lower Duval area of Key West. I mean, I'm a Monroe County commissioner at large, so I take care of the entire county, all of its citizens. But the majority of my district falls within the lower Duval, which is the business district, which are the guys that I'm definitely trying to take care of here when it comes to restrictive covenants and curfews and things that are hurting our local businesses.
Got you. So all love. Mike knows I am this monitor all the way on this side, so I can get him going. So thank you for coming, man. You know, you are in high demand out there on the show. People love you. So it's all love. You know, the only way we kill the hate is with love. And I'm so happy that you're a commissioner out there in the county, because as far as I'm concerned, you're the people's commissioner. And you're going to listen to the people and do what's right. And at the end of the day, when the people speak, you got to listen to the majority.
I will listen. I like a lot of referendums. I like to be able to put stuff out for a vote. I like to hear the people's feedback, because that is what counts.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
That's what counts to me. You know, to have the people voice their opinion, man. I want to hear you guys, and I want to work for you. That's what I'm here to do. That's what you guys put me here to do. And whether I particularly agree with it or not really doesn't matter. I'm here for the public. That's what it is.
Okay, so we turn the volume down on that. We're good to go. So listen, any questions today y'all got, we're going to make it happen, because at the end of the day, we out of last year. Forget about that. I don't want to hear about nothing. Last year, all positive vibes. So we're going to keep moving. Today we've been at it, me and Michael Knowles, since early morning. We ain't no telling what time we touched down. Plus, we also got the radio show with the Thursday Night Live worldwide. So, you know, we get bringing back the entertainment, because it's about that time to go ahead and do what we need to do. So let me ask you a question. How are we looking moving into 2021 in the county? How's everything looking? What's the status of the county? How everything is looking in your district?
I tell you what, we had an EOC meeting today, the Emergency Operations Center meeting. You know, get a feel for, how that's progressing. You know, should we ever be in an emergency, how to progress. So we were all there. All the commissioners were there, and even Craig was there via Zoom, and it was a great thing to see Craig.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, participating.
God bless the Cates family.
You know, we all love Craig. We love to see him there, especially me. You know, I'm his junior, and I got a lot to learn from a man like him, and I'm proud to have him as my neighbor. Nice. Right there on Whitehead, and knowing that I can go to somebody with experience like him and a heart like he's got, you know, to be able to help the public of Monroe.
Gotcha. So let me tell you what the issue is. Some of y'all on the diocese, both city and county, sometimes, you know, it's good to be in the office. I appreciate being in the office, but if you don't get out on them streets and see what's happening, you really don't know what time it is. So you got to get out there on the streets and see what's going on. Because you get 1,000 reports, but until you actually go out there and talk to the people want to talk to commissioners. They want to. They feel, you know, that their voices are being heard. So there's some people that are terrified still to get out on the streets without to each his own. But when you take a duty to be a city and the county, you got to go out there. What's happening? I am glad to report. From what I'm seeing, all love on the streets of Duval, kicking off tourist season. I think a lot of cooperation. I'm seeing a lot of people coming in. Very, very nice. Everybody, you know, following the guidelines for what I see. What you've been seeing?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, luckily we're blessed. You know, we're blessed with a good police chief. We're good. You know, we're blessed with a great sheriff. You know, Key West PD on New Year's Eve did their best job, and they did it as professional as they could. There were some hiccups. You know, with Joe, nobody wanted to see that happen. It's a shame. You know, somebody like Joe is a pillar of our community, and I think that should have been handled different. But with that exception, you know, and a few others, Key West PD did great. You know, I think we got to give kudos to Sean and all those boys and girls in blue. You know, they're out there for us, and they do a damn good job. Shout
out to the first responders. I see my people in the Key West Fire Department out there. My man Jim Young from Cole. Yep. All hands are aboard. And what people don't understand is you have a sheriff that's elected by the people.
Right.
Then you have a chief that is appointed. And his job description is whatever they tell you to do to a certain extent. So if he doesn't do what he's told, then he might not have a job. So it's a tough position. But like I said, we over that now. We moving forward. So all love to everybody, because at the end of the day, this is special down here with the Concord Republic. Hit the share button right over here. Woo! And let me know if you got any questions for the commissioner. Michael Knowles, stand by. So let me see what I got over here. Oh, there he is. Boy, must have heard his ears ring. A red tater. Red tater. That boy's serious. Michael Kimbler. You know this character, Michael Kimbler?
I do not.
Okay, Michael Kimbler was in the class of 1985. He holds the record for consecutive days wearing coaching shorts at the high school, even in the winter. I don't know if they did it in Miami.
My wife would dispute that with me. I tell you what, I wore those coach shorts for a long time.
You did?
Yes, sir.
You wore them you wore them over your sweatpants too?
She says I wore them on my first date with her. So that 25 years ago.
We got the Madam Commissioner in the building. Welcome to the studio, all love. So it's nice. We definitely are going in a good direction. The vibe is very positive for 2021. Miss Tangela Edwards, Christine, that's super important. Power to the people. LaDonna, checking in with Stock Island, checking in series. Eddie, I think you got a couple over there.
I got Michael Hinckley, which is a fraternal brother. Dusang, which is a local boy here. He's in Stock Island. And Tanya Alonso from Key Largo. Nice.
All Key Largo. So let me explain something to y'all, that y'all got the city and the county twisted around here. So what happens is, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's one way in and one way out. There's a guy named Rick Ramsey. That boy don't play. Even though they say they can't escort you out of the county line, we kind of do. So basically, when you come here, and especially hit Big Pine over there, that when they say 35, I mean 35. It don't mean 36 and a half.
No.
It don't stop you for 36. So whatever y'all do in big cities over here, we like to go nice and easy. We don't like to put the pedal to the metal. We lay back down here. That's why we live in paradise. Who is Michael Knowles? You know what happened to Knowles today? Knowles was so tired that when he got his car, he turned it off and had a cat nap or whatever. And they said, no, that's how tired that man is working. So,
I tell
but he
you-
back in business. We back in business.
I don't blame him,
Yeah.
because I just drove 2,000 miles
Wow.
from Key West to Defuniak to stop in Tampa and back. And if you don't talk to me enough, I'll knock out and fall asleep on you right now. So
What you got, Michael?
I got Trisha Lowe. I got Chris Webb, and he says, all love to my Key West people all the way from LA.
Going back to Cali. Going back to Cali.
I got Brent Bishop.
Brett Bishop out there. Listen, there's a lot of commotion going on. Some of y'all with this commotion about different leagues and committees. Do you understand that these people who volunteer, if you have an issue with any type of stuff going on with every committee, I tell people sign up, because you don't get paid enough. Every day you're falling off the hook. You can't even breathe. You don't do this for the pay. You do it for the people or whatever. So let's give a slack. Some people there. We're going to talk about the registration for youth sports with my sports information director on Monday, Joey Gandolf, state champ 84. He'll be on the program. Mike Knowles.
Okay, Gino Gotti, Mercy Chulo.
Okay.
We got Tavia Dorr.
Tavia down. You know a guy named Clayton Lopez?
yes, I do know the commissioner.
That boy been at it for a long time. Ain't
He's a good man.
he? Yeah, he been at it. His last term, he said he ain't gonna do fake handshakes. He already said that last time. So that man gonna move it forward. That man paid this dude. Please put some respect on that man's name.
Clayton is not a fake person. He'll
Yeah.
tell you the way it is.
Yeah, put some respect on that man's name.
We got Heather Rios.
Miss Rios.
We got Robert Anderson.
Okay.
You already got LaDonna Bowling. We got Glenn Spencer.
Glenn Spencer, that's a wildcat right there.
We
Very
got
well.
Joseph Christian.
Okay.
We got Christine Rodriguez. She said that's super important.
Yeah, I got her.
Stephen Trusper.
Okay. Oh, my man Steven. What's going on in Las Vegas, man? What is going on in Las Vegas? I know that y'all been going through some things down there.
Louis Gonzalez Jr.
You know Louis Gonzalez Jr.?
I don't.
Well, Mr. Louis Gonzalez Sr. is the mayor of Marathon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is his son. Marathon ain't ready to type shit. He used to
Yes.
be, he went conch first, and now he a dolphin out there. But
There you
all
go.
love there.
Brian Jurgenmeyer.
Gotcha.
And that's it.
Okay, so Mark over here on Facebook, and he don't let a lot of stuff come through depending on the day. What you got?
I got Trish Gibson, a prominent attorney here. Her husband, very good people.
Okay, yeah. You know where she's at, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right
right
across
here.
from-
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So I read a little something, but I know you have an official clarification on this. It looked like something's brewing with cruise ships. I did read that some of the cruise lines are not going to come back into service for a while. That's on their own.
Right.
But what we got an update on cruise ships?
Well, it seems as if there is a possibility that the state would be taking over again control of the ports. So if the state of Florida takes control of the port, namely we're talking about the port of Key West, the city of Key West's mandate basically
Will be null and
will be
void.
null and void, and they would go back to standard operating procedures, which will be as many cruise ships as normally came in and how they were conducted.
And let me ask you this now. There's just something that was put forth in the House or the Senate. I read somebody put a bill. Did you see that?
It was in the Senate.
In the Senate. Okay.
In the Senate. I'm trying to get confirmation from my contacts in the House
Right.
about it. I have a couple. They haven't gotten back to me because this just basically came
Right.
across the
Right.
wire.
Right. Okay. So we'll stay on top of that story. And my position is very simple, and I talk to people about this. If you don't want to have cruise ships at all, then obviously the people have spoken. They don't want to have cruise ships.
Right.
All I ask is if we don't have cruise ships, what exactly do we have for the daytime business? Nobody been able to answer that.
That's my thing. Obviously that was something that went out for referendum, so the people spoke.
Right.
And when the people speak, you listen. To me, they kind of put the cart before the horse because the people don't want the big cruise ships. They have concerns about pollution and concerns about pollution in the island as to overwhelming our sewer systems and things of that nature. The police force, but we took them away and we didn't have any replacement, and that's part of the reason that and this wonderful COVID thing that we got that's killing everybody.
Right.
That's why you see so many shuttered shops down there in Duval.
Bad news across the board.
It's bad news. It's killing us.
Realize, and I just want people to be fair, that a lot of people never missed a check. There's some of y'all watching the show, you never missed a check. Matter of fact, not only did you not miss a check, you got extra money with the stimulus package and the stuff they put forward. And some of y'all, on top of that, got overtime, where you have another segment of the community that missed many checks and can't afford to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So we have to balance out this.
And might not have gotten a stimulus check, and I mean, it just sometimes
or
it
unemployment
gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, keeping those doors down there open, the lights on, and money transacting is something that we have to do. That's part of our lifeline. You know, we serve tourists down here. Obviously, we don't want the rowdy tourist who's going to come here and cause trouble. We want the kind of tourist who's going to come here and enjoy being here in paradise and have a nice cold beer or a tropical drink and, you know, buy a couple of, whether it be t-shirts or jewelry, whatever it may be. Come down here and enjoy paradise safely and securely, and we welcome everybody here.
And respect the locals.
That's right.
That's all. So on another note, there's a whole different page. All bad news across the board in Washington, D.C. All bad.
Yeah. It's the outcome hasn't been good. You know, today was the 6th day of protest. Everybody said they were going to do a million things. At the end of the day, Joe Biden is the president-elect, and it looks like it's going to move forward in that fashion.
Right. Sometimes, all I'm going to say is sometimes you play a game, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We have good sportsmanship. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I will tell you this, I'm very serious about security and people's lives. Michael Knowles, did you give me an update? There was more lives lost yesterday. First it was one. Is that official?
Yeah,
did you hear that?
4, you said?
Yeah, it's saying 4.
Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Okay. Well, we got to confirm that to make sure that's what it is. Hit the share button right over here. Share the video. We're going to talk about a lot important things. Boop! YouTube, a little subscribe button right over here. Hit that. Boop! And turn your notifications on. Commissioner Eddie Martinez, where you watching the show? Who is Michael Knowles? Mike, what you got going?
Okay, I got Dr. Richard Guzman.
Guzman, my man.
I got Jared Frank.
Okay.
I got Jasper Copeland.
Yep. Thank you for watching.
I got Scott King.
Got you.
I got Jose Humberto Nero.
Jose Humberto, just talking about Dade County 305, that gentleman with the Metro Dade. They don't get calls for cats and trees down there. That's a whole different ballgame in that Metro Dade area.
Metro Dade PD.
Yeah, that's serious.
Got many friends down there, Metro Dade.
I got Nicholas G. Hardesty.
Got you.
I got Red Tater. He says,
back again.
He says, I'll admit I didn't miss a check, but I spent thousands on Duval in 2020 between lodging, shopping, dining, etc.
That's it.
Doing my part.
Yep.
Thank you for that, Tater. I over tip, but the new tip should be 30% now, easily, because like I said, all bad news across the board. But listen, we're moving forward.
And we need to take care of our service industry. If you have a server or a bartender or somebody that's good to you, know that, you know, these people are not on vacation.
Work on tips.
They're working, and they're working here, and they're working for you. And if they make you smile, man, make them smile back.
Absolutely.
That's the way it is. And I also got another one watching too, Diana Medeiros Ancheta, which is a lifelong friend of mine. I've known her since she was about 4 years old.
Nice. All love. You know, you cover a lot of ground, because I know where you originally from in Miami.
Well, you know, I'm a Hialeah boy. We're going to talk about freestyle, aren't we?
Yes. So freestyle tonight. We're going in like Stevie B, 7 o'clock, Wild 92.7 to 9. First hour is all classic hits, so make sure you tune in, and worldwide on iHeartRadio. Come on in right now. I just need y'all to hit the share button right over here. Boop! We're going to make this thing happen. So me and the commissioner have not talked about this, but we keep it blood raw on the program. So I want you to tell me what you think about this, because you're the only politician that's going to be in this committee if you accept. So what I'm going to do is, we got a group called Send Key West, which is Service Industry Key West.
Okay.
So we're going to have a total of 7 people up there like they do in the city, right? So I'm going to head the committee up. I'm going to have 6 other people, mostly bar owners, and then probably you, restaurant owners. And my objective is to talk about service industry issues one time a month and keep you abreast of it, but have people registered 5,000 strong So when we get into the election in a couple of years, we have a strong voter base that if you don't listen to the people, same way you came in, you're gonna be taken out. What you think?
I think that's incredible, Louie. I think that the fact that you have a good base, people watch you all the time, and if you're going to start a voting block like that, that's 5,000 people strong. Whoever doesn't, listen or at
listen by
at
force
least hear,
yeah.
They're gonna have to hear by force in that voting booth because
And let me tell you how strong when people speak out there. So you ran for your seat, right?
Yes.
If you look at the odds in Vegas, it had Eddie down. They said 300-1 against 300. Right. But what they did not realize is that when the people is like that song with a woman fed up, ain't a damn thing you could do about it. It's the same thing here or whatever. The people got fed up with foolishness because you have to be considerate. I'm very, what I'm happy about for the New Year's Eve. I'm not happy about the whole commotion, but some of my people that I know for a long time that I love got to have overtime. I don't get mad with that, even though we've been shut down. We started shutting down March 17th. But when we have something, don't shut us down completely, because if you shut something down by curfew, I don't see nobody shutting their checks down down there at the diocese or whatever. Anybody shut a check down?
No, and the politicians aren't going to cut their checks off at 10:30, even though we're salaried, but they're not going to stop. Yeah. And it's just it's unfair when you put a curfew in, especially during a holiday. That was the wrong thing. It could have been done at 1. Broward fixed it. Miami-Dade fixed it. We could have fixed it too. Mm-hmm. I understand that her, and when I say her, I mean Terry. That her idea was, to protect her public. That had to have been what she thought she was doing. Right. And because I don't think that anybody's going to go into something with the wrong idea or just trying to purposely ruin businesses. I mean, it is a little bit suspicious how everything happens to happen right in front of Mark Rossi's restaurant. Right. Where everything gets enforced. Right. That is something to look at. But, let's say that everything, every venture is done with good intention. Right. It just doesn't work out that way all the time.
And like I said, this is nothing personal with anybody. I think right now, the commissioners have spoke. They let their views be known. Yep. And I haven't heard of Pete. Mike, did you hear Pete? After I ain't heard nothing. Everything been quiet. So what we say about the program, don't start no stuff. It won't be nothing. So we're not gonna have flames to the fire. We just gonna we're gonna go back to what we do. We don't want to be in controversy. Every time we have what you guys don't understand, a political hot potato. I got hours of stuff that I got to try to talk to people. You go and we do a 3.5 hour meeting. This is why I get upset. You do a 3.5 hour meeting. You was at the meeting. We went around. The majority came to a conclusion. Then you go back. Somebody else decided they want to go a different way. I said, well, I don't waste my time. This man is busy. I'll come over there. We say one thing, and then y'all leave here and do something else. So we're either going to be that's the problem with getting goals done. The other people are uniform and united. They say 72 people walking out of the building. All 72 walk. Not half of them walk. So you got to get on the same page. So now with this service industry, Key West, we'll let the people come out. We'll take care of the people, and then we'll talk about issues pertaining to service industry. And the main thing is get people registered.
I think it's a great idea. Everybody voices their opinion. The service industry down here is a huge block, not just a voting block, but it's just a huge block of citizens that, that they take care of everybody. When you really think about it, Louie, what the service industry does is it puts smiles on people's faces.
Right. Customer service. We're in the customer service.
And when those guys are good, people leave happy. And if it's a tourist that's from, let's say, Dearborn, Michigan, and he had a good time and his wife had a good time while they were down here, they're going to come back. They're going to spend their money again.
And what people don't realize is the trickle-down effect. So when the locals, have some income, they could go get a haircut. They could buy more stuff.
I don't know about haircuts.
they could buy stuff for their kids. They could go out to the restaurant. Right. So we got to work together because we never had this stuff of being disconnected. Now in the county, Mike, me and you went through the county top to bottom. I ain't seen a problem, an argument. People happy. as Pi, you had no problems out there all the way from Stock Island all the way to up to Ocean Reef. Everything calm as pie. Other than you got to be careful out there on the road because one way in, one way out. But as far as New Year's Eve problems, did you get any reports, anything back?
No, there was just the standard traffic stops and things like that. But, when you're out there in the county area, Monroe County Sheriff, they know what they're doing. Those guys are ultimate professionals. And, kudos to the guys who had to work during the time when it's unsafe. Even though here in Monroe, we're not like Miami. We're not going to be shooting things in the air, even though there's always one or two.
Right.
But, those boys are out there to protect us. Those
protect and serve.
Men and women are out there to protect us. They do one hell of a job because they're led by a great guy.
Yeah. Sheriff,
Rick
bad boys. When that sheriff man come looking for you boys, all bad news, boy.
That's my
like you said.
That's my ringtone for him.
And we don't want to talk about when the state attorney done this war, you pop up on his radar. State attorney been out here twice on that boy ain't one to play. And if you fishing, and you fishing within the limits, that's a whole different story out here. You're gonna make sure he don't play around that.
Well, we know that Dennis is the man for the job. He's been reelected a couple times. He's a man of character. He definitely will tell you
straight
what
up
he feels, and there's no doubt of the type of man that Dennis is. He's a former Marine. He's served this country to protect us. He's just all around great guy. I've known Dennis for many years, and he knows that he's got endless amounts of support from me and my family.
Any questions for the commissioner, please come on in. JJ, I see you. This man's on the show every day, all love. So just for some people come in here new and stand by, Michael Knowles. You represent what area in Key West?
My district, remember, I'm a county commissioner, so I represent the entire county from Ocean Reef all the way out to, the fort. Right. But my specific district is downtown Key West, what we call the Lower Duval area, where all the restaurants are, where all the bars are. But it's basically the half of the island. The other half is Craig's, which would be District 1, which goes out to Stock Island.
Okay, and that's great because who better to put on a committee, the one that represents the committee that could definitely hear from their people. You see what I'm saying? So this is absolutely fabulous. Hit the share button right over here. Boop! If you're watching the radio, there's a little share button right here on the left. Hit that button once again. Boop! Those of y'all watching YouTube, there's a little subscribe button right over here. Boop! And those of y'all watching right now, hit your notifications button so like that when we come on the show, we'll let you know what's really going on. Who is Michael Knowles?
Okay, we got Mikey Story.
Mikey Story, #1 conch in America.
We got Lenora Banks.
Okay.
We got Tracy Eppolito.
Hi, Tracy.
We got Captain Corey Rogers.
All captains are good.
We got Danny Valdez.
Hey, Danny.
We got Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Okay.
We got
classic.
we got Shauna Thompson Ashford.
Shauna, can I get a weather check in Michigan? Checking in one time for Michigan. Cold out there in Michigan.
We got William Gonzalez.
Ooh, you know that character?
Yeah.
So Willie, that's a brother of Mayor Gonzalez. He's in the landscaping business in Marathon. Willie, what is going on? Let me know how you feeling up there in Marathon, which I got to talk about some in Marathon here in a minute. Commissioner, you got everybody covered on your side over there?
Yep. We'll go on this side.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't want nobody to work 3 jobs to pay rent in the Florida Keys. So this is the highest cost of living almost in the world. And they've been talking about affordable housing for 502 years. We still haven't resolved the issue. So how do we resolve that? You have any idea, any type of game plan? Because this is what kills people.
Resolving workforce and affordable housing is going to have to be a combination of when we build, when we're getting commercial developments, we have to be able to integrate that workforce housing in there. Now, there are things where I've already spoken with a couple of people from the county where, setbacks, things that are standard, from the property line, you got to be this far away. From the right of way, you got to be this far away. We're going to have to do certain, variations. And when you grant a variance, it's got to be a common sense one, to allow a bigger size of a footprint for the building. Let's come up a little higher too. As we know that
You're talking about the height?
Building heights. Yeah, absolutely. Instead of, we've been doing better than that on the 35-foot rule. That's pretty much now started to go by the wayside, but as FEMA is involved, the rule is basically the FEMA line. So let's say the flood zone is 9. They'll tell you 9 plus 1, that's where your floor is.
Right.
Well, maybe we need to start allowing those buildings to come up a little higher and solve two things. Once they come up higher, we got more room for more apartments, more units for people. And if we make it a little higher, maybe we can make it a garage at the same time, save people's cars from floods, from hurricanes.
Right.
I mean, we should just do smart building. And, the architects that we have here in town, they're talented. We can keep it looking keysy at the same time as to, having a building that does multiple functions, that allows us to not lose our cars in hurricanes or in high water events. And is built, obviously to hurricane standards and can fit more people. That's the way to do it.
Let me tell you, I've got a radical thing for affordable housing. This is very radical.
Radical. Okay.
Radical.
Let's hear it.
So, we have the Airbnb, right?
Yes, we do.
So there's a lot of people who don't like the Airbnbs because they come into the neighborhood and basically
I'm already getting hot. Go ahead.
So what happens is that people get upset with that.
Right.
However, when you have Airbnb, okay, and let's say you have your house or apartment, and then you have a 3-bedroom, let's say, for example, right?
Right.
And you rent one of the bedrooms, right, through Airbnb, or just rent it, right? So even though you're not in there by yourself, and you have a person inside, if your rent is $2,700 and you rented that for $1,000, you're down to the $1,700. So that therefore becomes affordable. Not maybe all the way comfortable, but affordable. So my plan is to look at what restrictions where you could put Airbnb and not blow up the neighborhood with all kinds of stuff. But that is a form of affordable, not maybe comfortable affordable, but you could definitely lower your expenses and go from there. I know that probably the hotel would not really like that, but I'll be honest with you. There's so much demand for paradise that I think that maybe it'll bring the room rates down, but there's still, all of them will still be full because everybody wants to come down. You can't build enough stuff for people for long.
Well,
what do you think?
You're right. Apparently, no matter what you build, people will come down. I think that what the hotel industry will tell you is probably as long as you play fair.
Right.
I don't think they'd have much of a problem with it. You have the bedroom tax, you have all the taxes that follow with it that, Airbnb, they don't.
It's got to be all above board.
Yeah, the Airbnb doesn't really do, so it would be unfair to pick a local name, we'll say the Spotswoods, when they're paying heavy taxes, when it comes to the bedroom tax, and they have employees that they have to pay to maintain and keep those properties looking as good as they do. When someone Airbnb, if it's your house and you're going to rent out one room, you're obviously going to underbid them, but you won't provide, you'll never provide the level of services that they do. Right. But I think as long as the taxes are being paid and monies are being generated that we can use, as a county, as a city, to help improve our infrastructure, hire an extra cop or two, or make sure that street isn't bumpy, and
and that tax should go straight to the county, collected from. They need to work out a deal with the Airbnb and our county tax collector, so that comes out straight to them. This is where I think the friction's been. But to me, my bottom line, I don't care how we do it. I hate to see people work 3 jobs just to live in paradise.
I couldn't agree with you more, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody should work a job that they like, and that way you'll never actually work a day.
Exactly. And when you take a poll of how many people go to work and happy, it's not a high number. We love what we do. We're gonna be working all day tonight, tomorrow, and go from there. And
I'm happy. I'm happy.
You feeling good, by the way?
Yeah, just like I said, I'm tired and sleepy because I drove that 2,000 miles, but I feel good.
Where the hell you went?
I went all the way to Defuniak Springs, which is in between Tallahassee and Pensacola.
Ooh, that's far.
And then I stopped at my brother's house at Tampa on the way down.
So you've been doing it big throughout the whole state.
Oh man, I've been driving. Let me tell you, I'm tired. Like I said, if you give me a pillow here, man, I'll show you how knock out.
Hit the share button right over here. If you're watching the video, share the video. Boop. YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Boop. And turn your notifications on. We got any questions that y'all want to ask the commissioner. This is the people's commissioner. He will answer whatever question we got. Eddie, what do we have right here? Can you read that there?
There are certain properties in Lower Duval that are revolving doors for businesses. Rents are too high. Well, rents is basically a supply and demand type thing. The rents on Lower Duval usually are of a higher nature, but that is also usually because, you have a high turnout when the cruise ships are in town. You have a lot of people that go by those doors.
Yeah.
And that's why
Busiest street.
That's why those property owners demand a higher rent, because most of the leases that were written before we stopped the boats from coming in. So you were talking about millions of people walking by your door a day, and if you had a $5 shirt, but a tenth of them bought them, you made some good money.
And I'm glad you said that, because you ever been to the Dolphin game before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the
Yes,
Dolphins, the only thing right now swimming Dolphins is at the aquarium, because the football team ain't really doing too much. Next year we're going to try to fire that back up, but that's a whole different show.
I remember Flipper at the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, Orange Bowl was serious work. They threw oranges at the Jets when they came out. That's old school. So what happens here is people say, okay, we want to hire in tourists. I said, that's fine. Can you fill the whole city up with hiring tourists? And they say, I don't think, you can fill every, what I call platinum VIP. So like, for example, you could go to the game, you could be in the 40-yard line, 50-yard line, row 18. Those tickets are very expensive.
Right.
The family that has a family of 6 and they go to the 400 level.
Look at my wife pointing where we used to be. Up.
Right, but you still went to the game, right?
Damn right we did.
So to me is, unless you could do VIP platinum and have people in the 50-yard line and you can fill it's impossible to.
In the skybox.
So if a guy comes in and his spender thing is $82 or $42, whatever it is that man work, he can spend whatever he wants. But what I'm saying is, why are we stopping them people from coming in? We don't have the high platinum VIP. Like last time I checked, Mike, you told me we was for everybody, right? You told me we was right here, right?
Yeah, we're one human family.
Right.
Right.
So until you guys showed me that we could sell everything platinum VIP, like I told them for the cruise ship, take the whole cruise ships out. 19 billion people, that's fine. I don't care what you do. What exactly do you have to replace those people with? Nobody's answered that question for me.
That's why I tell you, they brought the cart before the horse. When
Gotcha.
they stopped the boats from coming in, they had an idea to replace them, but nobody ever contacted these phantom boats that, from what I've heard, they don't exist. So, you're asking for a boat that has a higher end clientele that isn't even out on the market, from what I've been told. I don't want to make an ignorant statement and then have somebody say, oh yeah, they are, here's this model. I just don't know if that model is going to come down here, or if anybody's contacted them, and if they have, well then why the hell aren't they here?
All I can say is that let's just try to work together. My mom told me that when you have a conversation, you can solve a lot of issues, and you have to put egos to the side. But let's be clear and blood raw. Some of y'all out here don't care if somebody don't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The days of riding down Duval Street and running over a dog because the dog was sleeping, that's over with. We ain't never gonna get them times back. Those times are over. Like they told me, oh man, I used to be at the club at the Epic. I said, that was great. Unfortunately, that time is done. And what we doing today, because a lot of time, well, back in the day, it's good to talk about back in the day. Not every day.
Back in the day is great. Like I said, we're talking freestyle ride and a little more, and I'll just go polish up my eye rock.
Okay.
Around,
right now, if you like what you're seeing, you know how you kill. Hey, you kid would love throw the hearts up all the way up like Fat Joe. Right. Michael Knowles.
Okay, we got Chris Owens.
Chris, how you doing?
We got Edward Cunha.
Hey, Edward.
We got Javier Faisal.
Javier, my man.
We got Scott Taylor.
Scott Taylor, that boy's serious. There's a new place, I don't know if you heard, it used to be on Bay Point. Kaya Island Eats.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, so now it's going to go on the 600 block.
Okay.
Where the old Cowboy Bills used to be, and this is the owner. So
Uh-huh.
Scott, all love in the club. Commissioner Martinez, every day he talking to people, making things happen.
We got Carlos Gonzalez.
Hey, Carlos.
We got Esther Gibb.
Hi, Miss Esther. I'm sorry for your loss there. I heard about the situation. God bless you.
And that's it.
Okay. So thank you. So Eddie,
I got a couple more.
Go ahead.
I got Karen Merriam, Kristen Livingooden, who works with the county.
All love.
Barry Tracy, a great realtor, and Matthew Haley.
Gotcha. Okay, hit the share button right over here so we can get some more engagement. Boop! And Eddie, can you please tell them your story about ivermectin? Because there's still doctors who will not prescribe the ivermectin for what reason, I don't know. I'm trying to save lives. I don't want to see nobody else die.
I tell you what, we both know I'm not a physician. You're not a physician. My wife's not a physician, but I had COVID. My wife had COVID. My youngest daughter had COVID. When that happened, of course, I mean, the people that know me know that I've been through hell and back when it comes to surgeries and health problems. The last thing I needed was COVID. But I really didn't care because what had me worried was my wife. That's the one thing that gets me worried, her. You know, she's my princess. I protected her all my life, and I will always do it to my last breath. And when I saw that she was sick, that freaked me out. So what I did is I contacted the man, Dr. Burrows. I said, Dr. Burrows, I think Maria has COVID. I took her to Lower Keys Medical Center, had her tested. It came back positive. You know, the whole time I was ignoring myself. My fever was actually way higher than hers, but like I said, I didn't care about me. I cared about her.
You're a general.
So Dr. Burrows did what only the best physicians do. He told me, go to my house. In that mailbox, you'll find a pack of ivermectin. Get started. Don't delay for a second. He worked the formula, and we took the ivermectin, and then followed up the next day at Advanced Urgent Care in Key West. And we know he has other locations in Marathon and Key Largo. But I went in there, and Greg took care of me, and so did Dr. Steve. And, you know, they sent the ivermectin, the azithromycin, and along with all the standard stuff.
The protocol, the cocktail.
But I tell you what, man, within 48 hours or less, that massive headache that I had that felt like if I had a drill just drilling through my head, and you're out of breath, you're feeling bad, and you're afraid because, you know, this COVID has killed, unfortunately, many people. There's a lot of souls.
350,000.
But when you have somebody like Dr. Burrows on your side, somebody like him who is passionate to care for humans the way that he is, and the team that surrounds him, I gotta say, we are blessed down here to be able to have him here take care of us.
And when you see that man, thank him for his service.
You damn right, you gotta
put some respect on that man's name.
You gotta thank him for what he does, because you look at Dr. Burrows and how he engages people and how he defends that ivermectin, and he does it passionately because it works.
Absolutely.
You know,
I'm trying to save lives.
I'm not a scientist. All I can tell you is that I'm proof positive that what he gave me worked for me. It worked for my wife. It worked for my child. It's worked for many people, you know, that we both know. Look at Sam, man. You know, Sam is a guy who's an MMA fighter, healthy kid. Couldn't get rid of it. Went to see Dr. Burrows. Wham! And it's out of it.
It was a long haul.
You know, and he was a long hauler. He couldn't get rid of it, but Dr. Burrows turned that around.
And I'll just break it down for y'all very simply. If you have any symptoms that resemble COVID, immediately go take care of that and go on the ivermectin protocol. I wouldn't give a damn if Dr. Phil, whatever doctor it is, told you. And do the research for yourself. You do the research and go from there. But I really believe that a lot of these people had a chance to live if they would have gone on ivermectin.
Well, I'm going to say that a lot of the problems that I think happens in the healthcare industry today is something called delayed care. If you don't get your care on time, or it just takes too long for you to receive it, that's when people start to deteriorate. Absolutely. But, you know, again, we can't really stop talking about it because you and me know it's true.
Yeah.
We have Dr. Burrows, man, and if you have the ability to see that man or see his staff, take advantage of it, man. He's saved so many people.
Saint.
And not only is he a saint, he's a great person. Dr. Burrows will pick up the phone when you call. Dr. Burrows will answer a text when you send it to him. Right. He's concerned about you, your family. He's concerned about this community. Absolutely. You know, he's an asset that we are lucky enough to have here in Key West.
Yes. Shout out to Dr. B on the show tomorrow. Mike Knowles, you know, when that man come on the show tomorrow on Friday, he come amped. That man come like he playing a football game when he come in.
Yep, he comes ready.
Yeah.
Comes ready.
Also, I told y'all a long time ago, buy everything that you can in Stock Island. Whatever they sell in the Stock Island, buy, right? So Time Magazine way back in the day said top 10 places to invest in real estate. Number 4, they had Stock Island, Florida. Not Key West, Florida. They said Stock Island, Florida. I said, see? So now That was a future. Now we in the moment. So now it's hard because they done bought everything and they continue to buy. Now I'm gonna tell you what's the next move that they're not playing around at all. The next one, that's the future. Ready? Marathon, Florida. Marathon, Florida, with the development going on there. Every day they post something, and there's a lot. There's not like here where they have 5,000, different entertainment venues and stuff. I think Marathon, Florida is now the future, and they already in the future, and it's gonna be in the moment very shortly. What you think?
I think that you're absolutely correct. If you look at the names of let's call it the big dogs that have already bought there, you're looking at most famous Keys names, the Spotswoods. They
bring them sing out there,
and they got plenty of properties. Pritam has plenty of properties out there. When you see those guys putting their money out there, that it's pretty secure.
Yeah, them guys been around for a while.
I have yet to see the Spotswoods lose on a deal, or Pritam, lose on a deal. They know.
Spotswood is incredible. Shout out to my man, one of my mentors, Bill Spotswood. We got to get Big Bill on the show one time. We had little Billy, his son, on the show. So all love. But shout out to Marathon, Florida, checking in all throughout the Keys. And also, Eddie, like we talked about, and I think with your tenure, we'll get this critical. We must, by all means necessary, get the city and the county on the same page, because we definitely not on the same page today. That's got to happen, because we can't have a jurisdiction that close not be on the same page. It doesn't work.
There are things in the works that we're trying to do that. Hopefully everything comes to fruition. It'll help even when it comes to taxing and stuff like that, where we'll be able to raise funds through roadway taxes and not tax us, the citizens, but like I said, make it a roadway tax, not a property tax, not something that's going to kill people. So hopefully we can get that. I'm sure it'll be in tomorrow's Citizen.
All love right now. So Commissioner Martinez, can you tell the people you're watching, they want to reach out to you?
They can reach out to me.
How do they get to you?
Same way they could have done it before, except for now I got another address, which is 530 Whitehead Street, which is the Commissioner's office.
Okay.
The number of the Commissioner's office is 292-3430. My cell phone is area code 786-325-4668. And I kept that 786 because 30 years ago was my beeper number. So back when the Motorola Bravos were out. I know about that. And I kept that number ever since. So it's where they can reach.
When you was with your little girlfriend, you hit a 143 that I love you and all that little stuff they was doing on beeper.
That's right.
That's back in the day. So they can also reach you on your social media with the Facebook. They can send you a message through there.
Right.
Yep. Eddie Martinez.
That's it.
Yep, all love right now. Mike Knowles, stand by. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to my sponsors. And then we're going to keep it trucking. Florida Keys Injury Lawyers, accident lawyers in the Keys. Go to FloridaKeysInjury.com at 302 Southern Street. Locals taking care of locals. Dr. B, the #1 doctor in America. Advanced Urgent Care, Key West Marathon, and Key Largo. They ain't slowing the trigger over there. It's test and treat. Ain't no waiting going on over there. Make sure if you feel any type of way where you're not feeling healthy, Advanced Urgent Care is where you need to go. Naughty Vapes, the #1 vape shop in Key West, right across the street from the fire department. Always taking care of locals and military, 10% discount. Check them out on Facebook under Naughty Vapes, Nauti Vapes. Quit that smoking, is all bad news. Tonight, right now, we rocking and rolling. Wow 92.7. All the way to 9 o'clock from right here. Go check it out, and you can tune in on iHeartRadio for those of y'all listening worldwide. Wow 92.7 iHeartRadio. Who is Miachael Knowles?
Michael Sash Babic, I got.
Okay.
We got let's see, we got here. Red Tape say great guest. Thanks, Commissioner. See you downtown.
My man.
Jason Newcomb. We got Mariana Mondup.
Okay.
Brandy Jolly.
Brandy Jolly. That's a hell of a name. God bless you.
Tammy A. Ruffinick Jr. Tommy. Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
And we got, that's it.
And Eddie, any on your
side? I got Deputy Tony Conde.
Okay.
He's a buddy
Sheriff?
of mine. Yep, deputy sheriff. Actually, he's a Hialeah boy too. So, but he's been living down here for a long time.
Yeah, I give Eddie was in Miami. I'll give you some tips. So, like to say, when you have a jurisdiction of Monroe County, when you cross into Dade County, let me advise what I think you should do. Number one, never under no circumstances pump gas when the sun goes down, ever. Number two, never use an ATM at all when the sun goes down, no matter what. Number three, if you want your bank account to stay the same way it was before you went to Miami, never put credit card in the machine at the gas station. Go see the clerk because you might be on a negative balance. And in the meantime, if you leave your car open and you're walking from point A to point, I'm talking about 2 inches, they will do the creep and you might not have no purse, no wallet, nothing. And no matter what, don't do that loving doubling on the phone. When you get to destination, over here you can stand an hour in your car and text. You better get inside your place of where you're supposed to be going because they don't play in Miami. But I love Miami, but you got to be careful. I'm from Miami too.
You're afraid they're going to take, as long as I don't take the dog, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can't take the dog.
So thank you, Commissioner Martinez. Red Tater says, once again, great guest. Thank you, Commissioner. See you downtown. And I think we're going to have Mr. Martinez definitely on the Service Industry Committee and possibly come here as a regular guest because the people love him. And Eddie, all we can do is keep fighting for the people. And thank God, what a blessing. Some of y'all were playing with Eddie's name. Now you got to put respect on this man's name because he came out, shocked the world like Muhammad Ali in the election. Hallelujah!